You have a list somewhere. People you meant to follow up with, the lead who went quiet after a call, the client who signed last March, and you haven't spoken since. This is not a discipline problem. Your CRM didn't fail you because you got lazy. It failed because it wasn't built to need you. Every contact is a job. You type the name, you log their notes, and you set the follow-up every single time. So, the moment you get busy, the CRM falls behind. And a CRM that's behind is just a spreadsheet of people you've let down. So, here's what we're going to do today. We're building a CRM that fills itself in. And by the end of this video, you'll have a contact tracker that updates after every meeting with the name, their company, and what was discussed, some action items, and their follow-up date. In every field, you don't have to type a thing. And it's built from tools that you already pay for. I'll show you the finished system working, and now you can build it with Claude Code. It'll connect to things like your Fathom note taker, your Gmail, your CRM, and we're going to use Claude Code to connect them all. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan. I help business owners buy back their time with AI systems. And this one runs in my own business, so what you're about to see is real. Before we get into the build, let's talk about why this is so important. I had a call this week with a coach who was 5 years in his business. Some months he made 6 figures, and some months he didn't make anything. And halfway through the call, he shared his screen. It was his sales pipeline. A long list of people, every one of them a real lead. He scrolled through it and said he didn't do anything with them. They were just sitting there to rot. And at a quick glance, it looked more than 60 contacts. People he had marked as hot prospects and he meant to go reach out to over a month ago, but he hadn't touched a single one of them. And that's a graveyard. Here's the thing. Every founder probably has something like this. You were told to set up a CRM and you were told to add people to it. And so you did, and then nothing. The names go in and they stay there. And it's not that you don't care, it's that touching that list became a task. One more job on a day that's already full. You'll tell yourself you remember, but you don't. According to ESNA, 79% of the lead information a salesperson gathers never even makes it into the system. And the data that does goes stale. 70% of CRM data goes out of date inside of a year. So if you're a coach or consultant, this one probably hurts more than most because your business is a relationship business. Your sales don't come from ads, they come from follow-up and from referrals. Basically, from someone you helped telling someone else about you. So every contact that you let go quiet isn't just one lost lead. It's their whole network that you never get introduced to. The referral that doesn't happen is the one you never see. You don't get a notification for the client you lost because you went quiet. You just quietly make less money than you should. So before we fix this, I want to be clear about one thing. The coach on the call isn't lazy and neither are you. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a system that was built to need you and that we can fix. So let's flip this. Right now, your CRM waits for you. You have to remember it exists and you have to go to it and update it. It's a filing cabinet that needs you to file. But here's what we're going to do. You don't need a CRM you maintain. You need a CRM that reminds you. Let me tell you what I mean. Say you're on a call, the person says, I really need a good marketer. You have a marketer in your CRM, you met her over 3 months ago, but you don't remember that because having to remember that is too much while you're also running a business. So that intro never happens. Now picture the other version. Next morning, you open one message and it says, yesterday you talked to someone who needs a marketer. You know Sarah, she's a marketer, here's an intro to send. You didn't search for it, you didn't even remember it, because the system did. That's the difference between a CRM that sits there and a CRM that works for you. And before you think this is some big complicated build, it's not. Most CRMs fail. Half to 70% of CRM projects fall apart. And the number one reason isn't bad software. It's that nobody uses it because using it is work. So we're not going to buy a new software. We're going to use what you already have. You'll need 4 things. You'll need your Fathom account or any other AI note taker, your CRM, whatever you already use. A spreadsheet in Google Sheets is fine. You're going to need Gmail or any other email client because every client email already lives in there. And of course, you're going to need Claude Code because that's the piece that connects the rest. And here's why that matters. You're not paying for anything new and you're not learning a new tool. The data you need already exists. It's just trapped in the transcripts and in the emails that you never open. And all we're doing is setting it free and putting it where you can use it. So here's the finished thing. This is the CRM we're going to build. Every row is a person. It has the name, company, and email. It'll have when you last spoke, when to follow up next, what they're looking for, and what they can offer to other people. It'll have a summary of your last conversation and any action items that you promised. And you'll never have to type a word of this. Every morning you'll get one message with who's due for a follow-up and any intros you can now make. So that's where we're headed. And here's the plan to get there. Step 1, we're going to build the CRM itself. So those who are starting from scratch can start with us. We're going to build the sheet in the right columns. Step 2 is we're going to connect the inputs. That means yesterday's meeting and emails. And step 3, Claude is going to read all of it and fill in the rows for you. Step 4 will be the morning reminder with who to follow up with and who to introduce. And the best part is we don't build most of this by hand. We tell Claude what we want and we watch it build. Let's get into it. What you can see on screen is just a Claude Code session. I've primed it for a demo because I don't want to use my real data, but I'm going to walk you through it and show you the way the data actually moves from one meeting, from the moment it ends, to the reminder you read with your morning coffee next morning. Again, all these contexts are made up. I'm not going to put real conversations on YouTube, but this is the exact system running in my own business. But a quick one before we dig in. If this has been useful so far, please hit subscribe. I put out regular AI videos every Tuesday and Friday. So we're going to start with the CRM itself. I've asked Claude Code to make the demo version, but it's just a Google Sheet and nothing fancier than that. Let's take a look. And I told you a spreadsheet was fine because I meant it. Every row in here is one person, and every column is one thing you want to know about them. You've got their name, their company, their email, last contact date, the next follow-up, looking for, can offer, summary, action items. Here's the important part. You're not even going to fill in any of this ever. There are two inputs, your meetings and your emails. But you don't even need to open Fathom or go digging in your Gmail. We go back to Claude Code and we say, pull in yesterday's meetings and emails and tell me who I talked to. And we hit enter. It goes and looks and it'll find yesterday's Fathom call and yesterday's email threads. Now, notice what it hands back. Not a wall of transcript, but just the gist. Who I spoke to, what they needed, and what I owe them. We see we had a meeting with Marcus Webb of Web Strategy. It was a discovery call. They run strategy consultancy, doing well but need marketing. We had an email with Tom Bradley of Bradley Coaching. He's on the co-hosted workshop and asked to send the rough outline with one of the AI systems in Segment. So again, it's sample data, but you can see what we did. Just the gist, didn't have to read the full items from either the meeting or the email. And that's the part that people miss. You're not going to go rewatch the recording or reread the thread. Claude can do that, and it'll hand you the one paragraph that mattered. Now, next is I'll tell it what to do with that. I'm going to say, now update my CRM with everything from those conversations. And again, I'll click enter, and we'll move over to the Google Sheet, and we just watch the sheet, and it reads each conversation and works out who the person is, name, company, email, writes a short summary, pulls out anything I promised, and sets up the follow-up date. So we can see here, Marcus Webb was just added and Tom Bradley's was updated. Both have their next follow-up date. If they're already in the sheet, obviously it updates them. And if they're new, it adds them. So one conversation in, one clean, complete row out. No typing, no I'll do it later. It just happens. But filling in the sheet is only half of it. Remember the marketer from earlier? There are two columns that are doing something special here. The looking for and the can offer. When someone on a call says they need help with something, that goes in looking for. And when someone mentions what they do, that goes in can offer. So I'm going to ask for one more thing back in Claude Code. And all I'm going to say is, now check on everyone who came up yesterday against the rest of my CRM and flag any introductions I can make. And click enter again. And we let Claude come back and we see the magic. Yesterday, I spoke to someone who needs a marketer. Claude checks him against everyone else in the sheet and already knows that I have a marketer in there. So it's going to flag the introduction for me without me searching, and I don't have to remember. And that's the CRM working for you. We can see here, Marcus Webb to Sarah Chen, because Marcus told me yesterday he needs a good marketer for web strategy. Sarah Chen from Chen Creative is already in my CRM as a marketing and brand strategy business. She works with consultants and professional service firms, which is exactly what Marcus' ask is. So what about the last thing? I want all of this handed to me simply on a recurring schedule. I'm going to tell Claude one more thing. Give me my morning brief, who to follow up with today, and any intros to make, formatted for Telegram. While I let this run, we're going to explain it a little bit. For me, I want it to land in my Telegram because Telegram is my command center for my AI operating system. I already get a daily brief in there where every morning before I start work, I get all of my data and where my business is sitting. And this is just going to become a part of it. Basically a short list of who's due for a follow-up today and any intros I can make. You read it with your coffee and you can get it by email instead if you want, or you could just have it written to a file. Both work as well. But the real power is getting it to your phone before the day starts, before any of the chaos happens. You don't need to go to your CRM. The CRM comes to you. And a quick example of what this looks like, I've sent it to my Telegram. Since it's a demo, it comes in my general, but it would come in your daily brief section. And it shows exactly what it showed in Claude Code. Morning brief, Wednesday, May 21st. The CRM updated overnight, one new contact and one updated, just like we saw before. Follow up today is two things. Marcus Webb, send the proposal. Tom Bradley, send the workshop outline. And it tells me one intro I can make, Marcus Webb to Sarah Chen. But now, the one last piece that puts it all together. I don't even want to type these 4 messages every day. You saw me do this in Claude Code, but you can set this up on a schedule to happen automatically. All we need to do to set this up is we go to Claude Code and we say, set this whole thing to run automatically every morning at 6 a.m. so I never have to type these prompts again. So now it's on a schedule. Every morning, early, the whole thing runs on its own. It reads yesterday's meetings, it reads yesterday's emails, and updates the sheet to check for intros and sends me the brief. By the time I'm awake, it's already done. You can see the output in Claude Code here. It's created a scheduled job, and here's what it set up. CRM auto update every day at 6 a.m. Each morning before you're up, it will run the exact same sequence we just watched. Gather, update, match, and brief, which is to read the meetings in each email thread, write each contact to the CRM with new rows and updates, cross-reference looking for against can offer, and flag intros, then send me the brief in Telegram every morning. And this is the shift I really want you to get. You are no longer the person tracking the CRM. You can have AI do that daily for you. Your job shrinks down to the only part that needed a human anyway, having the conversations and sending the intros. That's a CRM that built itself. The meetings you're already having become the system, and the system hands you back the only work that was ever yours. So that's the CRM that built itself. No data entry, no graveyard, just the meetings you already have turned into a system that remembers for you. If you got something out of this, subscribe. I put out regular AI videos every Tuesday and Friday. And if you want to see the follow-up system that runs on top of the CRM like this, click the next video link. It should come on screen shortly. And before you go, I have one question for you. Coaches and consultants, be honest. How many people are in your CRM right now that you've gone quiet on? Drop the number in the comments, and maybe this put a fire under you to start making a system that works for you. Thanks for watching.